home and relax and be with my family tonight and enjoy this win and get ready for the week.
What?
What are you doing? What are
Every
you
week.
doing? Your team finally has some life. We loved watching it. Brian Westbrook back with us now. Brian, I can't believe I'm asking this, but is Doug Peterson making a mistake not going out and just naming Jalen Hurts the star already for next week?
Well, Jenna, since Doug was so down, I'm going to celebrate the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. We beat the Saints. That's a big win for us. But to me, absolutely, you're making a big mistake. Allow your team to understand that you got pretty good quarterback play from Jalen Hurts. Allow him to go into this week with the same thing that he got last week, a week full of starters reps with the #1 team there in practice. And I think it's going to help your team in the long run. But what we saw yesterday from Jalen Hurts was an efficient game where he made good decisions. He used his legs when he needed to use his legs. And the one thing that I loved about Jalen Hurts is this. His eyes were in the right place. And this is what I mean when I say that. If the ball is supposed to go to the running back on the play, he throws the ball to the running back. If it's supposed to go to the skinny post, he gets the ball to the skinny post. And this is what I've noticed over time with backup quarterbacks. Usually with the starter, because you play so much, sometimes a 3-step drop turns into a 5-step drop. A 5-step drop turns into a 7-step drop. You think that you can make more plays than you probably need to. But when A.J. Feely went in, when Corey Detmer went in, they ran the offense the exact way it was designed to be run. And usually it looked like it had more rhythm and it had more success because they ran it that way. And for a short period of time, it worked. Usually the better athlete at the quarterback position ends up playing better. But Jalen Hurts yesterday had the offense running effectively and smoothly, and that's all that Doug Peterson wants. He talked about a spark. He was able to get that from Jalen Hurts yesterday. Great win for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So if you got what you wanted, then name him the starter moving forward. Look, I'm not buying into it. I know it's just a PR stunt. He's trying to save face with Carson Wentz and maybe get a little edge by not naming a quarterback. But we know who's going to be behind center next week. Look, there's a few things here. First of all, looking at Jalen Hurts last night, few things jumped out to me. Poised, smart, savvy, dynamic. I mean, this dude played lights out. He picked up right where he left off at playing college football. This dude can play some football. The second thing, he elevated everybody's game around him, including the coaching staff. Doug Peterson, he looked creative. He went into his bag and created some dynamic plays. The guy got it done on the ground. You know, Alshon Jeffrey, I've been waiting 3.5 years for Carson Wentz. Even Foles did it a couple times. Just throw it up to this guy. A lot of people, Alshon Jeffrey's done. He can't play anymore. He can't run. Alshon Jeffrey's game was never sexy. He never had a thing for the flair. Now you throw it up to him, and what does he do? He scores a touchdown for the first time in a year. Great job getting it to a playmaker. That's who Alshon Jeffrey is. I like to see that for them to continue to build on that. And the last thing, you got to look at what he did against the hottest defense, Kevin, in football. Dennis Allen and Coach Sean Payton, they've absolutely been getting it done on the defensive side in New Orleans, and he made them look average.
So that's why I don't understand Doug Peterson. I don't understand why you wouldn't come out in that press conference and say Jalen played great, he's going to be our starter moving forward. And I know the response to that, Nick, is going to be like, well, you don't want to hurt Carson Wentz's feeling. Like, all right, well, isn't part of the confidence equation of quarterbacks instilling confidence in Jalen Hurts, whose college career was like obviously the defining moment is getting pulled from the game and then sort of having enough confidence within himself to go and succeed at another school? But like, why not give him the ball and like let him run with it, literally and figuratively? I don't understand. I totally disagree, and I'm gobsmacked, to use your word, that Doug Peterson doesn't come out and give Jalen a huge vote of confidence.
Yeah, they're trying to walk an impossible line, which is Doug Peterson's trying to have Jalen Hurts essentially possibly save his job while also not fully committing to him because they want there to be some type of market for Carson Wentz via trade this offseason that doesn't involve the Eagles, forget receiving a pick, attaching a pick of their own because the entire world knows they're 100% moving off of him. So they're trying. I think you almost, Brian, have to view these Peterson press conferences like pre-draft discussions from a GM. Just assuming it's all lies and misinformation because they're trying to trick a team into thinking they're interested in a player that they're not. The only, I think, saving grace here is if privately Doug Peterson explains that to Jalen and says, Jalen, you are our starter the rest of the season, no matter what. Or else, you're absolutely right, Wilds, he's going to be looking over his shoulder. I do want to ask, bless you, whomever that was, I do want to ask you, Brian, a question.
Thank you.
You don't live in Philly full-time, but you're in Philly all the time. You're a legendary Eagle. If on Wednesday they announce Carson Wentz is starting against the Cardinals, what happens?
I mean...
Oh, there's going to be a problem in the city because obviously they saw what Jalen Hurts was able to do. But to me, there'd be even a bigger problem in the locker room. How do you answer to these vets? How do you answer to the other guys that just saw you beat one of the best teams, one of the hottest teams in football in the Saints, and then you go back to the quarterback that has struggled pretty much all season long? That just doesn't seem like a great move if you're Doug Peterson, whether you're trying to save face in the locker room or save Carson Wentz's feelings. That's not the way that you need to go. This team just won a football game. Ride that momentum, name Jalen Hurts the starter, and then you move on from there. The other thing that I'm thinking that they may be trying to do is they're trying to figure out what the next move is. What is the next move for this football team? To me, at this point, there's no going back to Carson Wentz, at least for this season, until Jalen Hurts himself struggles. Here's the other part, though, Nick, and this is what Doug Peterson does know. He knows that the NFL is a copycat league, and the more film that they put out there on Jalen Hurts, then at that point, defense will attack differently. So sometimes you have some success your first game out there because no one really knows what to expect from you. But now the second and third and fourth game that you play, now defenses adjust, and maybe he's not trying to get his quarterback with a big head at this point in his rookie season.
And Jenna, look, Doug Peterson is one step ahead of us. Every week he does a terrible job in the press conference. Every week we crush him. But look, he knows what he's doing. You have to think this is a Super Bowl winning head coach. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. So it's all PR. He's trying to get it. We know who's going to be behind center next week.
I don't agree with that. You're trying to act like he's Matlock. Or Columbo, I mean, pretending to be a bumbling idiot, and then he has it all figured out. He ain't Columbo. No, he might be Mr. Magoo. He's not Columbo. Come on. Give me a break. All
right, we'll see. Hey, we haven't talked about Tom Brady yet this morning. Brady and the Bucs, are they back on a Super Bowl track after yesterday's big win? Talking Bucs next. First things first.
Yeah, baby.
Or did they just not lose? Thanks to Minnesota.